Hey everybody, back to me winemaking part 2. Right, as shown before, you have to clean the demijohn ready, which I'm going to transfer my wine into. It's been fermenting for about 4 or 5 days now. What I used was 5.5 pounds of blackberries, which I crushed, added 1 gallon of water. As soon as it cooled down to 71 degrees or 70 degrees, 21 degrees Celsius, I put in my pectolase or pectic enzyme, 1 teaspoon of that, then left it for 24 hours before adding my yeast nutrient. You don't have to use Wilco brands, you can use any brand. Young's or anything like that, you don't have to use them, you can choose your own. I only buy these because they're cheap in Wilkinson's. This is the yeast I use. So the yeast and the nutrient went in together 24 hours after the pectolase. The pectolase is there to basically to break down the fruit. So after adding everything in, fermenting the blackberries in, fermenting the blackberries in out for about 4 or 5 days, which I've done. And if I can open this up now quickly, like, as you can see, it's fermenting nicely in there. And I'll transfer this to the bottle or demijohn, and I'll show you the vigorous fermentation afterwards. Right, I'll get on with it. Always keep the lid closed in case you get any flies or insects or anything like that going into the must. So what I'll be using is a nice funnel afterwards now to guide everything in, and I prefer to use a ladle rather than pouring it in. So, but judging by the side there now, I've got more than a gallon, which is well, 1 gallon of water. The fruit is 5.5 pounds, which displaces the water quite a bit, and then 3 pounds of sugar. So I've got approximately 1.5 gallons in there now. So I've got a small little demijohn to go along with the big one. So I've got 1 gallon here and a half a gallon demijohn there. So what I'll do is I'll add some of the water just to bring it up to the neck and fit an airlock. Right, I'll carry on cleaning these, preparing these nice and clean to avoid any bacteria. Cleanliness is vital, as I mentioned before in my last video. So wash that thoroughly inside and out. Plenty of soapy water. Make sure everything's nice and clean, including the spout. Make sure that's clean as well. And the neck and the shoulders. So there we are. I'll get you some pictures of it after when it's nice and clean, and to transfer the wine from the bucket to the demijohn and then fit an airlock. Right, see you in a bit. The best way I find to get rid of all the froth out of the bottle is to let the tap overflow, and all the foam comes out, as you can see there. You continue doing that until all the foam comes out, and disperse it down the plug hole. Right, keep doing that until all the froth comes out, and you'll have a nice clean demijohn. Right, I'll carry on with that, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, before I start transferring the must to the demijohn, I've given it a bit of a stir, just to stir everything up to make sure everything's right in there. As you can see, it's vigorously fermenting. So I'll carry on and I'll transfer the must to the demijohn. Place the funnel in there, as so. Sorry about the light here, it's a bit dark here today. Perhaps if I turn the light on, might help. Well, here we are. Well, it's a different colour anyway. Right, so I'll transfer the must to the demijohn. It's as simple as that. And I always keep it by the sink in case of any spillages. Oops. And that's what I mean by spillages. It happens. There we are. Didn't make a mess. I'll clean that up afterwards. Keep the wife happy. Yeah, well, this is all it is. I don't know if you can smell that, but it smells beautiful. It's a lovely aroma. I've made blackberry wine once before and that turned out just beautiful. And since I used 5.5 pounds of blackberries, they recommend 3 pounds of blackberries. I used 5.5 pounds of blackberries, so we get that little bit extra flavour. Most enjoyable. So yeah, there we are. I'll carry on like that. I'll carry on like that anyway until I've finished, and then I'll get some pictures of it as I'm going along. Well, that's the transferring process over. Airlock fitted. As you can see, it's starting to ferment already. Yeah, starting to ferment already. Quite a vigorous fermentation, both the half gallon as well. This one isn't so quick at the moment because it's only a small quantity, but as you can see, you may be able to just see the froth or the fermentation starting there. See the bubbles coming up. It's not quite so plain with these. Yeah, you can just about see it there now. That's quite a vigorous fermentation going on there. Right, so I'm going to leave these now until they ferment out. I might just put some cotton wool in the top here to stop any bugs, any flies, anything getting past the cap, just as a safety precaution. Bear in mind when you're using tea towels or anything like that blackcurrant juice or blackberry juice, should I say, it does stain items like this, and it will stain permanently. It's a hell of a job to get it off, so bear in mind what you're using. I use this old towel just to stop things slipping and sliding around. That's basically all it's for, really. I use the sink then in case of any spillages, as you saw. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave these ferment out now, which could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and rack it off for the first time and see how it goes from there on. Probably be a part 3 as well, so there we are. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll try and get part 3 up as soon as I stop fermenting. Right, thanks for watching, everybody. Magpie 307 doing his bit, winemaking. Alright, gallon and a half of blackberry wine, and I'll say goodbye for now. Alright, try then.